can see the cover of my book on the back, on my back, or behind me. You can see the cover of my book, and Instagram seems to be better. I am not sure if you are able to hear me. I'll try to be louder. Gadbad, gadbad, ho gaya. Okay, so and you know how it is. Usually there are last minute issues here. Okay, there is some problem with the video. I had checked it, but it hasn't worked out very well. I mean, it is not working out very well right now. So what I will do is I will send the Instagram link to you, where you can see me and probably hear me also. So because I am live on Instagram and here, so yeah, just a second. I'll switch off the fan. Give me a second. I'm really sorry about the glitch. I have sent one Instagram link on the YouTube live stream, so where you can go live. I mean, you can see me live, and yeah. So sorry. So first of all, happy Janmashtami to everybody. Uh, because I'm closer here, probably you'll be able to hear me better. And this is the selfie camera, so you can see uh, the cover upside down. Happy Janmashtami to all of you. And let's, yes, thank you for all the live real time feedback. So, thank you very much. And so, uh, so little about me. I am Mathangi. Many of you, you are not. Many of you who are not, who don't know me, you know me, and that is why you are following me. But still, it is my duty to introduce myself to the new people. So I am Mathangi, and I have I am a teacher. I have been a teacher for the past 10 years, and I have been writing even from before that. So I started with writing poetry, and then slowly moved on to writing stories. And I started writing stories because one of my English teachers, um, she motivated me. So that is why I also wanted to become a teacher, and I am an English teacher right now. So writing has I had always been my dream, and seeing it, getting fulfilled is another whole new level of what to say, level unlocked as they say it nowadays. And also, why did I choose today's day to release this book? So this book also, before this, I have written close to three books, and close to three books meaning I have not marketed them quite well. That is why close to three books. One is a collection of poems. One is a collection of short stories. They're all romance, but then in that there are different subgenres. Um, there is a horror romance. Then there is just romance. Then there is the second love romance. So there are eight different short stories in that book. Then there is also uh, what to say. There is also another novel that I had written a few days ago, a few months ago, or years ago. But then again, because I was too busy working, I did not quite concentrate on marketing the book. Or, from the feedback that I got, I don't think I've edited that book quite well. So I will be re-editing and then re-releasing that book. So this is my fourth book, but then I am putting in proper efforts of marketing. So in that sense, this is my first book in a trilogy, which is called the Immortal Empire Series, and this is the first book in that, which is the Whispers of the Sacred Realm. So coming back to why I chose today's date, it is because today is Krishna Janmashtami. So in this year, I think it begins from today and then goes on till tomorrow. I'm quite close to Krishna, and there is essence of Krishna, Radha, and the Pandavas from the Mahabharat in this book. Okay, so this date is that is why quite special for me, and I decided to release this book today here. I hope you enjoy reading it. So today's plan is, is going to. Well, this is first time for me, so you know, we will see where this goes. So my plan was to talk to you all, chat with you all, ask you all questions or answer your questions. But before that, I just wanted to read um, two chapters from my books, from my book. Now, some of you all already have the um, chapters. You've already read the chapters, and some of you all have received two chapters yesterday. Some have already received the whole book because I needed the feedback, just like every other author. And so, and for others today, I'm just planning to read two of the chapters. They are random. Um, there is no head or tail to it. You will not understand obviously until you read the book. So this is my attempt at reading. This is a closer look at the cover. Of course, the book is not this size. It is just for you to see. And yes, so then this is the cover. And if you receive paperbacks, this is going to be a front cover, and this is going to be a back cover. All right. And so let me read. I am going to read chapter 15 and chapter 16 from the book. All right. So let's begin. There are many points of view in this book, and each character has a characteristic from the characters of Mahabharata, especially from Pandavas and Krishna, of course. So this is from the point of view of the character called Mrigakshi. Mrigakshi, literally, it means somebody with beautiful eyes. So, or eyes like the deer, like beautiful big eyes like the deer. We stood at the steps of the grand palace. Our backs were towards the entrance of Sudarshan Mahalaya. Looking at the people of Amrit Rajya gathered around us, their eyes filled with hope and reverence. The weight of their trust and expectations pressed heavily on my shoulders, but I drew strength from it, knowing that our mission was just beginning. I wanted to address the people one last time before leaving. Amrit Praja, please trust us. We will be back. We will be back in full power to fight the dark forces. There was an uproar amongst the people. With that, we walked in the direction of Chandrika Van. Our destination was the ancestral temple known in the ancient tongue as Anvaya Mandir. The journey ahead was fraught with uncertainty, but we were resolute. The path to Anvaya Mandir led us through the Chandrika Van, a mystical forest shrouded in legends and mystery. The air was thick with anticipation as we set foot on the trail, leaving behind the comforting familiarity of the palace and the city. As we ventured deeper into Chandrikavan, the atmosphere shifted noticeably. The dense foliage above, I'm sorry, the dense foliage above created a canopy that softened the sunlight into a gentle, ethereal glow. The forest was alive with sound, the rustling of leaves, distant animal calls, all blending into natural symphony. I felt as if the forest itself was observing its presence, palpable yet benign. The air feels different, doesn't it? I whispered, looking around with a mix of awe and apprehension. Dhruvi nodded, her eyes scanning the surroundings. Yeah, it is like the forest is aware of us. Arya, stepping carefully over a twisted root, added, I think it's more than just the terrain. There's magic here, testing us. Indeed, the path was challenging. The ground was uneven, and twisted roots forced us to be mindful of every step. But it was not just the physical obstacles. The forest's magic manifested in strange, unsettling illusions. At one point, I saw a vision of my family trapped and pleading for help. My heart raced, but I steadied myself with deep breaths, knowing it was a test. When I opened my eyes again, the vision had disappeared. As we continued, we encountered a surprising figure, Aparajita, who had mysteriously appeared a few moments before. She stepped out from the shadows, her enigmatic presence radiating wisdom and a touch of amusement as she surveyed our weary group. The forest will be challenging us in ways not known to mankind, Aparajita said with a knowing smile, her eyes meeting each of ours. You've done well to come this far, she said. Her voice like a soft breeze. But the journey is not over here, she continued. The forest tests your heart and mind, but it also watches over those who tread its path with pure intentions. As we ventured deeper into Chandrikavan, the forest seemed to come alive around us. The air was thick with an ethereal energy as if the very essence of the woods was aware of our presence. The path, narrow and winding, led us through Towering trees that seemed to touch the heavens, the dense canopy allowed only the occasional shaft of sunlight to pierce through, casting an otherworldly glow on their surroundings. I paused. My voice hushed. Can you feel it? It's like someone else is watching us. Arkan nodded, glancing around warily. It's as if we are being judged, weighed by something unseen. Virat, ever the skeptic, scoffed lightly. Nah, maybe it is just our nerves. This place gives us a pretty intense vibe. Dhruvi shivered slightly, pulling her shawl together. Intense is an understatement. It's like we are walking through a living entity. Mr. Kalsa, our ever wise teacher, stepped forward, his gaze steady and calm. Chandrika is an ancient forest, a place where the boundaries between the natural and the mystical blur. It senses your intentions, your fears, and your hopes. Be mindful of your thoughts and actions, for this place is more than it seems. As we continued our journey, we could not shake the feeling that we were stepping into another realm, a world where magic and reality intertwined. The atmosphere was heavy with a presence that both intrigued and intimidated us, making each step feel like a delicate dance between curiosity and caution. As we pressed on through the shadowy depths of Chandragavan, the dense foliage seemed to press in around us, amplifying the eerie silence. I could feel the weight of the forest's gaze on our backs, and each of us appeared to be lost in our own thoughts, wrestling with the strange sensations of this place. Aparajita, who had been unusually quiet, finally broke the silence. Her voice was soft, almost reverent. It's strange, isn't it? How this forest feels alive, as if it's a sentient being. I glanced at her, intrigued by her observation. I was just thinking the same thing. It's like the trees are aware of us, watching our every move. Arya turned to her, a frown creasing his brow. Do you think it's dangerous? Aparajita shook her head, her eyes reflecting a mix of curiosity and apprehension. Not necessarily, but it is different from anything we have encountered before. There's a certain presence here, and that presence is hard to ignore. Virat, still skeptical, let out a small laugh. Presence? You mean like a ghost or something? Aparajita's gaze remained steady. Not a ghost, more like an ancient consciousness that is deeply connected to this place. It might not be hostile, but it's certainly powerful. Dhruvi's eyes widened, her voice trembling slightly. You mean this forest could be guiding us or testing us? Mr. Kalsa, who had been listening intently, spoke up with his usual calm authority. Like I said before, this is a place of ancient magic and deep wisdom. It has its own ways of interacting with those who enter. Your feelings and thoughts will shape your experience here. The forest will reveal what it needs to. Aparajita nodded in agreement, her expression thoughtful. Yes, it's as if the forest itself is a part of our journey. We need to be attuned to its rhythms, understand its language. It might offer us insights or challenges depending on how we approach it. I took a deep breath, feeling a shiver of anticipation. So, what do we do now? How do we make sense of all of this? Mr. Kalsa, our teacher, his eyes sparkled with a hint of encouragement. Keep your minds open and your hearts aligned. Trust in each other, and most importantly, trust in yourself. The forest will guide you, but you must be prepared to listen and adapt. So this is actually part of one of the chapters. You let me know if you want to, hear me read more. Okay, there are only three people live. So you let me know if you want me to read more. Otherwise, if you have any questions, you can ask. Okay, I'll just tell you, in brief, what this book is about. So, going back to my story about how I became the English teacher, so that all goes back to school. So in school, I was introduced to one of the best. So people who know me, and I was introduced to one of the best books, and um, you know, which I have come across all my life, and it is the Harry Potter series. Okay, so when you read the book, you will have an essence somewhere of Harry Potter because I will not say obviously that I have copied from there, but there is some inspiration. So it is a mix of the Pandavas and Krishna and Draupadi from Mahabharata. When it collides with Harry Potter. So it is a mix of the two. You will see the mix of these two, and yes, the change in weather does this to me. I have cough, cold, so half my excitement went down over there. Excitement in the sense the energy has gone down there. But I wanted to do this at any cost because I had committed to this. So, all of us have New Year goals that we have achieved and that we haven't achieved. So, one of my New Year goals was if I have a deadline, I should fulfill it. And that way you work better. So, I did that. I had to come today. I had to come live today. There were technical issues because I don't know. I have to figure that out also. But any questions? Any questions? Let me just share my link in the group. I have certain groups where I share that. By the time, if you have any questions, you can. Thank you for the wishes. Any questions? Any anything you'd like to say? Anything is good because this is my first time, so I really can work with some feedback on such occasions. So, hi Sonali, thank you for the best wishes. So I'll tell you one fun thing here. Um, As a teacher, I have taught in some schools, and amongst the viewers, I have some, uh, some people who are live or who were like rather. They were my students. What inspired you to become a writer, Ritesh? Okay, what inspired me to become a writer? This goes back a lot. So it's long story short. I don't know when I started. I mean, I don't know why I wanted to become a writer, but I felt like I already was one because when I was in seventh standard, I think I had started to write poems, which then moved to, like I said, moved to writing stories. So writing stories majorly came from reading Harry Potter and Agatha Christie and all of that. So I'm not a very big fan of non-fiction, but there are some non-fictions that I suggest. But other than that, I also don't read non-fiction as much. What inspired is that if so many people can have written such great work, then I am not that bad. Thank you for your wishes. Thank you for your wishes. Uh, Thank you very much. Anything else? Anything else? Would you like for me to read it uh, further, or would you like to? Yes. So I'm thankful to those students, and this is just an example. So like I was telling you, there are two or three of my students who have joined this live. So this is a um, message to them that you should follow your dreams, but you have to put efforts for it. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. Just saying that I will not do this and I will do this, but then not working towards it. So I saw the difference between the two. Okay, and with that, I just wait for 5 more minutes. Anybody interested in joining the live? Would anybody like to join me on video live? Okay, then thank you for coming. You have whoever has attended has been of great motivation to me. So thank you very much for that. I hope to write more. Of course, the remaining two in the trilogy, the Immortal Empire Series trilogy. But apart from that, many more books. I'm planning on one series for murder mysteries because I'm inspired from Agatha Christie and Sherlock Holmes. So you will see those inspiration also, those books also in the future. But the key is even for me, it is a learning even for me and for everybody else that consistency is the key. With that, I will take your leave. Thank you very much for being part of this. Bye bye. This is me, Mathangi, signing off. See you soon with another book.